Welcome back to SwitchCorner. My name is Alex and today we're going to be taking our second look at the incredible eShop Blockbuster sale happening right now, and as always we're covering the US, Canada, UK, EU and Australia. A shout out then to Bokksu, they were kind enough to sponsor today's video. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the video, but without luck, hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here, join our growing family and let's get started. So before we do kick this off, I have two winners to announce for two $10 eShop gift cards and two more to give away. All you need to do to enter, drop a comment down below for your chance to win in next week's video. Also then check out my Thursday video, I've linked that down below. All deals are of course still live, but I'm also giving away 4 copies of Maneater thanks to the team over at Tripwire. So kicking things off then, we've got Dusk Diver. It's back with a new all-time low price of 55% off. Now I reviewed it on the channel, that is linked below, and honestly, I thought it was okay, but now it's kind of gained a decent little cult following. It's not that the game is bad, just somewhat kind of uninspired location design for the combat. There's a whole lot of, like grey. Story-wise though, you're working with gods to save your home. It's a fun little story, and hopefully they do a sequel where we can maybe see them just dial it up a notch. More than a fair price though here, and I would definitely take a look. Next then is Fables, and old school Paper Mario fans, this is going to be the game for you. An adventure RPG, you'll be following these 3 heroes. They're on a quest for treasure and eternal life. Turn-based combat though, platforming moments, beautiful visuals, there's a ton of game here as well to keep you busy. It also then received a new free update, which is always good. It's packing in new bosses, quests, items, and well yeah, so on. I think this is well worth your time, especially with this new low price of 40% off. Shooter fans, Ion Fury, that is a great time. It's rocking a new low price of 50% off. It's a throwback game from 3D Realms, the team behind greats like Duke Nukem, and honestly, they've just still absolutely got it. You're taking on the role of Shelly Bombshell Harrison, taking down Dr. Heskell in what is Neo DC. The graphics are a throwback though, but look fantastic. The story is a fun ride. It captures the humour of kind of 3D Realms, and the gunplay is of course solid. Now I'm a big fan of this one. It's well worth a look, and now we're going to quickly move just for a moment to full screen. Okay, so let me introduce you to Bokksu, and again a shout out to them for sponsoring today's video. Now Bokksu, it's a premium authentic Japanese snack box subscription service. It's basically going to give you a whole lot of treats and then even a dash of tea straight to your door. Each month though, you can expect a different theme with your box. Everyone however starts with this very same one you see today, that is the Seasons of Japan box. Now full transparency, this is actually my second one because me and the wife, we crushed the first one, so we had to get another one for this video. It's absolutely packed full of snacks, so I was actually really surprised at just how much they managed to squeeze in here. My favourite so far though, and I recognised nothing in here, it's got to be either the seaweed tempura sheets, honestly I never thought I would have enjoyed, and then also the dango mochi, which were just these incredibly sweet treats. The two best things about the box though in my eyes, first you get 2 of nearly everything in here, so it's a good option for sharing or even doubling down. And then it's also the guide that comes with each monthly theme. It breaks down what the snacks are, the flavour, kind of a general overview, but then also a breakdown of where in Japan they came from and also the companies behind them, some of which they've been around and in operation now for over 100 years. For me though, they are absolutely doing it the right way. They're using these legitimate snack makers, and I think it's easy to see when you get your hands on the box the care that has gone in. If you do want to check it out though, visit the link in the video description or the pinned comment down below just to get some more information, and then even use code CORNER10 to get 10% off your own authentic Japanese snack box subscription from Bokksu. My Friend Pedro then is next. This one is Devolver Digital, nearly always a sign of something a little bit different, and that couldn't be more true here. It's a run and gun shooter. You're killing everyone in sight on behalf of a sentient banana. Its description notes it as a violent bullet ballet, and it makes sense as few games have this kind of style that this one uses. It uses slow motion a whole lot. It is twin stick as well, and it takes a little time to get used to it all, but once it clicks, there's few games that can match the carnage. 60% off then, it marks a new low price. Fairy Tail then, and honestly I thought it was average. The full review, it's in the pinned comment down below, but it's a simple RPG with some very basic and repetitive systems that simplified the RPG concept just a little bit too much for me. Also, it suffers on the Switch from performance issues, which is the last thing we want to see. That all said though, it's also a love series. It's been built for fans from the cast through to the story, and yeah, we're getting a new low price here, and I know many out there have been waiting on this, so yeah, it's here and it's rocking 34% off. WRC9 then now, and 10 was actually supposed to release a couple of weeks ago and then it just kind of vanished. Well, if you don't care for waiting on that latest yearly entry, I think this is a good entry price with 60% off. It's rarely so all about, you know, time trials, and while it does have assists, it is extremely challenging. I've always been a fan of the formula though. The only issue, it's on the Switch, we don't have analog triggers, so we have to go either like all out speed or nothing, so it takes a little finesse to control that kind of, I guess, acceleration. Alternatively, you can use the right stick to accelerate, but I found that just honestly completely awkward. Decent looking game though, and no question still a fantastic entry. So a couple of pickups for me then, meaning can't recommend them as such, but maybe you'll want to join me for the ride. And first up, I'm grabbing Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 collection. At release for me, this felt a little overpriced, but now 60% off, that is a new low price, and that is more than fair. That is $10 or your regional equivalent per game, so that is not bad at all. You know, factoring you could get well over 100 hours of gameplay here. It's a classic D&D RPG, though I know a lot of fans would have probably picked this up at release, but this package is in then the base games and or DLC, which is an absolute steal. Then I'm grabbing Black Book. I wanted to review this at release, never got around to it though, and now it's here with 25% off. That is a new low price. The Switch, it's kind of really got me into the deck building genre, and this is another adventure game meets card deck battles against, you know, enemy forces. The world, it looks stunning though. You'll be battling these monsters and you're out to uncover a book that can grant one wish. So our first winner of the week then, it's going to Brian, who was tempted by Dicey Dungeon. Quality game, well worth the time with that current monster discount. Congrats though Brian, drop me an email to claim your code, and everyone else, a second winner still coming up later in the video. Bluefire then is up next. It's back matching the low price with 40% off. This was a surprise hit for me. It always looked good leading up to launch, but it was nice when it also actually delivered. Described often as like a 3D Hollow Knight, I can absolutely see it, and you're working your way through what was once a kingdom. It's now in this ruined state. The game's combat is solid though, and the world is absolutely intriguing. My favourite bit of it all though, there's platform moments that are incredible. They will really push you to give it your all. A personal favourite then is Spiritfarer. It's back on sale, matching the low with 50% off. You are the most recent Spiritfarer. Your role essentially, transfer those that are recently deceased to the afterlife and complete any maybe like final requests that they have. Think though platforming, basic quests, exploration, a whole lot of dialogue, and you'll even then be building up your ship to accommodate guests. You can kind of like almost build upwards. The cast is incredible though, and saying goodbye in this one at times, it was a whole lot harder than I ever expected. Nice and relaxed though, and I still come back to it to this day. Persona fans, 5 Strikers was better than I ever expected. While the Warriors formula can work, even if it is a little repetitive, this spin with a Persona name got nearly everything in my eyes right, and that's thanks to the fact they focused on what made Persona like so good. So tons of storytelling, dialogue, and dungeon crawling. The balance they got here for me is just near perfect. It looks stunning, it runs really well on the Switch, and while I know many are dying to see, you know, base Persona 5 on the Switch itself, it's just a nice distraction and probably my favourite spin on the Warriors formula ever. It's matching the low price here then with 42% off. Alright, so Cyber Shadow, and this is actually higher than a previous low. At launch it had a 20% off discount. Since then, we've only ever seen this 10% once before, and it's been out for a good while, so I wanted to give it just a quick mention. Published by Yacht Club Games, so I am absolutely just a fan. It's basically a love letter to Ninja Gaiden, as you hack and slash your way through this 2D world. It's got a solid soundtrack then, and stunning pixel work. It's only let down this one in a few minor moments, where it tries to do maybe just a little bit too much with its platforming, and the controls can't quite cut it. More detail though in my full review below. So our penultimate game of the week then, that is Atelier, Ryza 2, Lost Legends and the Secret Fairy, and this game, it is incredible. It's an action sort of RPG. The world is incredible to explore though, the combat is great fun, and it just ticks all the right boxes with a nice variety of quests and a story to uncover that I wouldn't call epic, but it's just reinforced by this fantastic cast as you investigate some ruins around this world. I was just really impressed. I'd also go as far as saying I think visually one of the best looking games on the console. A new low here then with 30% off. Alright, so our second winner of the week then, it's going to Lindsay, who pointed out at the 7-minute 52 mark I apparently turn into Mickey Mouse. Not a lot I can add to that one honestly, but congrats Lindsay, drop me an email to claim your code, and everyone else, drop your comments down below for your chance to win in next week's video. Alright, so my personal favourite game of the week then to close out the video, and that is Hidden Gem Paradise Killer. It is a piece of genius. When I first saw its kind of vaporwave style, I wasn't sold, Once I got into it though, it just all clicked immediately. An extremely adult story, you play as a detective of sorts investigating a murder in a world filled with just unique creatures and a council that transfers the population from planet to avoid destruction. It's definitely out there, it's really strange this one, but I've linked the full video down below, and if first person open world murder mystery sounds like a good time to you, I'd say take a couple of minutes, watch my mini review, you will not regret your time with this one, and it's matching the low price here with 30% off. And that is another week down. Remember to check out Thursday's video for 25 more deals from this huge blockbuster sale. You'll also have a chance there to win one of 4 codes for Maneater on the Nintendo Switch. With that then, like a shout out to the patrons of the channel who are just going above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. Then hit subscribe if you love the Switch, as much as we all do here. Join our growing family, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.